I don't have because I always thought AUM and Audiobus is the same thing, but people
pretty
keep telling
much
me it's different.
Yeah,
AUM.
That's kind of the impression I had.
I believe AUM has more things, that you can a little bit more things. But I don't really play with either of them. I used to, but like everything is all in the DAWs now, the DAWs. So I don't even really.
Only thing I really use Audiobus for, like, is if like I'm using like the pocket operator, and and I got because those like you use basically a 2-track. You know what I mean? I'm throwing a 2-track out, and so I'll record it into the iPad and I'll route all the audio through Audiobus to just kind of like beef it up a little something. You know what I mean? But like I'm not gonna like. That's really basically what I use it for. So I have like a setup. I have like this one particular setup that just that the way like it has like it had like what's that reamp, a bunch of different effects. Because when I first was doing it, I was doing it through Beatmaker 3, but Beatmaker 3 was like shit was like I don't want to do this no more.
So you already had it preset, is what you're saying?
Yeah. So I got a preset in Audiobus. But now I may have to go back to Beatmaker 3 because I ain't gonna lie. This update, holy moly! I think that with the way that they fixed it, the way that everything just seems to be working, it seems to be just rock solid. I think everything should be fine. And I honestly, like, I told somebody earlier today, I was like, "Yo, Beatmaker 3 is back. Like, it's back. Like, you know what I'm saying? This shit is back now. Like, I'm happy, yo, because like literally, like for me. It was this joint that was like, yo, I don't need my computer because the sampler in there was so crazy, and like I had this after I had Machine, and after I had Machine, when I actually figured out Machine, my brain like was like, oh my god, and then when I got Beatmaker 3, and I realized it was basically the same thing as Machine, but it had audio tracks. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like I could walk around with this? Like, you know what I mean? And start up like, forget about it. Ooh, I don't have AUM.
I have it.
You have it?
Yeah, but
how does it work? Like, what does it do?
That's not user friendly. Speaking of user friendly, but let me bring up some pictures to show you.
All right.
It basically does the same thing. You can record right in there though.
You said it does a little bit more than.
Yeah, a couple.
The Audiobus does.
Yeah.
Because I know they were saying like, remember that app I was showing y'all like early, like last week, the one with the 8 audio tracks, the audio unit, about 4 pockets.
Which one? Oh yeah.
So like it basically he said like he has said like on his video like he made that specifically for like AUM. So like. Because it got because I guess AUM doesn't have audio tracks or something like that. I don't even know. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no. Like if you look at the pictures, you could kind of.
So it's just a mixer.
How it's set up. Yeah, pretty much.
What's 4 pockets?
Huh?
What's 4 pockets?
4 pockets is it's a app developer.
Yeah, like a company they put out.
Yeah, they make a couple. They make some pretty good apps. A lot of people say that they're like a little glitchy and they crash a bit. I have. One app by them. I have 2. I got I think it's a multi-band compressor or something like that, and oh my god, what is this thing? It's like auto tune, but you can add harmonies to it with it as well. And crazy thing is I've had both those apps for like 2 months, and like I think I opened them probably both like once. You know what I mean? Or Cause I love like auto tune type stuff. I happen to really like that sound. You know what I mean? Not so much the sound, but like just the fact that I could sing something and it could fix my voice. I like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like I'm like I can hear melodies, but I can't always convey them. Like my singing voice isn't the best. You know what I mean?
Right. So hey, on this, it has plugins built into it?
No,
it looks like a limiter on this master bus right here.
Oh, actually, does it? I'm not even sure. Or if you bring that shit in yourself, like an external one.
Yeah, it looks like it's internal because it's like right in the chain. It looks like it's in the same font.
Yeah, I see that low pass and that limiter. It looks like it's
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it does.
So it's like a mixer then or something. I guess.
Some people consider it a DAW, DAW.
I get that though. That's hot.
Yeah, it's just a matter of learning it, and then once you got it, you could bring mad shit in.
Okay.
That's where we need MindAlteringFx. He's a piece on this.
Yeah. This is his joint. He plays with this.
How long did it take you to kind of figure your way around through it, sis?
Not long, because I like to sit there and play with shit, but
what's that?
I didn't really play with it. I mean, I played with it and I didn't use it because, like I said, once Beatmaker 3 came out and I have Cubasis. Those are my two DAWs of preference.
Yeah.
So and like with the crashing in Beatmaker 3, I do a lot like what Cheez always says, just render everything to audio. So like it doesn't give me a problem in Beatmaker 3, so I stick to this. I have an article too I'm gonna bring about the differences of this and Audiobus.
Okay.
Bring it up in a minute.
There we go.
And for our listeners who want visuals, go to our YouTube or link in the bio of any podcast, and you'll be able to go and see some visuals that we put up on the screen.
Might be get that.
Oh, you got an EQ too.
Yeah.
Saturator.
Yeah, I'm about to cop this joint.
Bri, do you see the price of this?
$18.99.
$18.99.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm buying it right now.
I thought it was like $50 for some reason.
There go that sound. There go that
sound. Bye-bye, dollars. So easy, right?
Yeah, we got a few of those in the episodes. Oh yeah.
Sam sounds happy, but take a statement later. Yeah, so it's downloaded now. Oh, it's pretty quick.
Here's the description of the AUM.
Okay. So it's a flexible audio mixer, recorder, and connection hub for your iPad, iPhone, iPod Touch. Connect hardware inputs and outputs, audio unit extensions, inter-app audio apps, Audiobus, sound file players, built-in signal processing with filters, and any configuration you want. Route anything to anywhere with mix buses, effect sends, audio bus ports, and external multi-channel audio interfaces. If you want to read more, you can look in the App Store too. But see some of the features down here.
Bad, man.
Oh, this is by Kymatics.
96K too.
Yes.
This looks pretty high quality.
Yeah.
Now, what some of the differences that I'm reading in this article is saying, like, mainly Audiobus has an advantage of the MIDI routing and the MIDI effects apps. And also, it's not like a hog. Like, this one hogs your shit up.
Oh, okay.
AUM?
This is a little better than this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks. Look, so they have the Bluetooth MIDI is on here too. And
you can't save MIDI sequences, sequencers and MIDI effects in the AUM.
Okay.
It has measurement mode on there though, if that matters to you guys.
Actually, the audio units
measurement mode.
What's that?
So when you turn the Apple devices on measurement mode, it lets you get full bandwidth. So the bass is clear, like the extended low end and high end.
Yeah, that's big.
Oh wow,
too.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
I didn't heard. That's dope.
Check that out. There's a bunch of articles on that.
Okay.
Here's some more description.
Yeah, this app is hot. Wow.
That's dope. It's a lot of good features in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, it just got a mid-side joint built in? Wow. I like that.
Yeah.
Cause that's how you use the mid-side joint. You can take the you can like not really take vocals out, but you can like kind of turn a song into an instrumental.
Yeah, you could filter them down a lot.
Yeah.
Filter, I was to say filter.
Yeah. I did that before with a couple of samples, and I ain't gonna lie, it actually makes the sample sound dope sometimes. Like with the when you got like because it's like the vocals are there, but they're like a ghost. You know what I mean? It's like it makes the sample sound crazy. This is a producer I follow on Instagram. He stays like showing his stuff. I forget who it is, but he like literally has figured out a way to like separate the audio from the like separate the what's it called? What is it? The like the vocals from the audio, and like basically like he'll have a song. I think what he was doing is he have a song. It's a 2-track, and the next thing you know, he got a multi-track. You know what I'm saying?
Phase
like,
cancel it out. He'll take another one, flip the audio track and phase.
Yeah.
You just hear the ghost on it. Yeah. It's like the vocal eliminator they've been making for all those years. It's the same thing. Yeah, it works okay, but still, sometimes like I'm still.
Yeah, sometimes it don't work right.
Yeah, you can hear the ghost. You can hear all the reverb still.
Yeah.
Like, so all it does is kill the center track.
Yep.
Like whatever's in the center, it kills that. And then you can hear like whatever's on the left and right. So like any record that's made today is going to have some stereo effects on it. That's still on the record. So if you do anything off that melody, it just sounds like the old record still.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to get a sample chop, it's probably a real good way to sample it, though. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, because to me, like it like those like kind of those artifacts. That like to me, that's a good thing. Like because it makes your samples sound like more unique. You know what I mean? And then people will be like, "Oh, how'd you do that?" And then you sit there like.
Would you like to know?
Real quick. Can't give all the secrets away.
Yeah.
Yo, Math, fill us in on your thoughts with the Audiobus and AUM. We talked a little bit about it. Let me pull up some more pictures again. But you use it more than I think we do, so you'd be able to.
You were deferred to the expert on this one.
I use AUM quite a bit, and then I've been digging back into Audiobus. I originally started with Audiobus just because of the ease of use, and I was a little bit more familiar with Audiobus and the layout and whatnot, and it's a little bit more hands-on as far as being able to use it within other applications and whatnot. But I started using AUM probably about a couple years ago as just to try it out. The layout is not necessarily user-friendly if you don't have experience routing different applications and hardware and whatnot. But Audiobus lends itself more to the iOS environment, I think, for novice users and whatnot to go ahead and dig into it and use it. So I like them both. They both have their advantages used in together and independently. I think AUM actually has more of an advantage if you want to incorporate hardware units into your setup. But then in Audiobus, if you're trying to work mainly within the iOS environment, it lends itself to be used in that facility. I like the also. There's a lot of things that you can do with Audiobus as far as you can use Looper, and then also you can sync the different iOS applications more easily than you can with AUM, I guess.
No.
So, but then with AUM, you have the advantage of copying audio files and whatnot. So,
what's Looper, man?
What's that?
What's Looper?
Looper? You haven't heard of Looper or Loopy or whatever?
Nah.
Loopy, the Loopy app. That's a.
It's a Loopy HD.
Yeah.
That's what's on the screen right here.
I can't.
No, this is the Audiobus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have
I'll bring it up though.
Okay.
Loopy, that's the one with the circles, right?
Yeah, we spoke about this a few episodes ago. It's basically that, like a looper. You put loops in there and just loop them shits, basically.
Yep. And then
for Audiobus too. It's for Audiobus and it's for both
Audiobus pretty much brings in anything almost, right? You can say.
Yeah. Audiobus uses like inter-app audio and AUV3, like because you can use like the effects or the synths or like whatever type of thing you have that goes in there. Oh, so this is Loopy.
Yeah, Loopy. My bad.
Oh, this is the one you were talking about.
Yeah, that Jay
Jimmy
said
Fallon
it was on
show,
Jimmy. Yep, that one, and they were singing with the crowd or some shit.
Oh
yeah. Jay Star was saying that a few episodes ago.
Yeah, it's pretty user friendly. Huh?
Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, I was reading the title. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty user friendly though. But I have been using Audiobus. I use both of them. Audiobus is cool. I just don't use it as much as I use AUM, just because at times, my workflows centered around the MPC. So, but I mean, I like them both.
Now, tell us the biggest differences of them, Audiobus and the AUM.
Well, with Audiobus, you can't necessarily record into another app directly, I guess, with AUM. But with Audiobus, you can. So, like, say you wanted to record something into Beatmaker 3, it's a little bit more easier to access it through Audiobus than it is with AUM. And
not anymore.
Yeah. I was kind of mad. I mean, I was using Beatmaker 3 yesterday trying to figure out how to, because I was trying to record Korg into it. But that's the only thing that came up. But continue. My fault. I mean, no. And then with AUM, if you're familiar with routing audio, whether it be through using MIDI or using audio signals, then I would say AUM lends itself a little bit easier to that than Audiobus does. Audiobus, I don't think, is very friendly when it comes to incorporating MIDI. I've tried to figure out how to incorporate MIDI in Audiobus as far as different applications, but I'm having a hard time trying to figure out how to use it in that regards. But I do like the fact that with Audiobus, you can use the screen directly without having to go outside of the environment and then stop and record. And I like that little tab that it has. AUM doesn't have that. Yeah, so
that's a big thing that I see a lot of people are saying they like that.
Yeah.
What's the little tab?
Yeah.
The start stop button in the sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, and if you use Audiobus with Loopy, you actually can resize your loop points from like 4 to 8 to 16. So they go in 4 bar counts pretty much. So if you wanted to like record different length patterns using Loopy, then it's very handy for that situation. Or especially on the phone too. If you don't have a MIDI controller and you want to use multiple apps on your phone, Audiobus I think lends itself a lot. It's a little bit more user friendly than AUM.
So on AUM, how do you record your audio?
It's a little tricky. There's a record button at the bottom. And you can record it right in, and you can record stems actually in AUM as well.
Right.
It's a little bit more.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more tricky to figure out on AUM. It's not readily available, but there's a little button. I don't have my iPad. My daughter's using it right now, but there's a little button that has a record feature on there, and that you can hit, and then you have to hit the master global record at the top to actually record into AUM. And I think.
So, I was going to ask you the same thing as I asked Sis a little bit earlier. My fault for doing that. How long did it take you to kind of figure your way around this app too? Because I mean, that's some of the usability of it. How long did it kind of take you to finally kind of feel comfortable with it?
I'm still figuring things out with it. I would say AUM, once you figure it out, it's very more, in my opinion, a little bit more easy to use than Audiobus for external effects. If you're not familiar with the Ableton layout, and if you're not heavily familiar with how to route things, it can be a little bit more tricky to figure out. I would say Audiobus is probably the easier of the two, just because it's more easier to understand how to do things. It's more straightforward, a linear kind of way of putting things in. With AUM, if you don't understand routing, and then it's going to be a little bit more frustrating to deal with AUM. So I mean, it all depends on your level of expertise. If you're familiar with audio routing and putting in different effects racks and whatnot, it may be a little bit more user friendly. But if you're not, or if you don't have the time to want to learn that stuff, I would say go with Audiobus. They both have their advantages, and Audiobus actually has sister applications with the Audiobus remote. I don't use it much, but
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I've seen it before. I never used it though.
I have it, and pretty much if you have a secondary device like another iPad or an iPhone, you can use that to control Audiobus. So you can have like two separate screens. Like you can have one thing, the iPad running all the apps, and then your iPhone pretty much controlling like the levels, and if you have Loopy initiated, like recording loops and whatnot too. But then it's not necessary, I don't think, because Audiobus, everything's on the screen for you to access. So
yeah, we were just talking about how like a lot of apps just pretty much like they aren't necessary. You know what I mean? Like you just have, because I got a ton of apps that I just don't even use. You know what I mean? Like,
I remember when I used to use Audiobus, I haven't used them in a while, but it crashed a lot for me. I wonder if they fixed that. Like, especially if I went to like eject.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Yeah, I'm on.
I'm on Audio. I got Audiobus 3. That joint don't never crash me. I love Audiobus. Like, because I use it a lot. Like if I want to just make a quick sound or something, and well, not quick because it's kind of involved process. But like if I want to like kind of like take one app and use it like with another app that maybe it wouldn't necessarily work with, but I just like the way you would just send things to it. You could just stack different effects up, and you can, and then you like when you can stack the effects up, you have like that wet dry. Like I have on the screen right now, the wet dry knobs. You can bypass certain effects and all that. I just like that. You know what I mean? It's dope. I wouldn't call it essential. You know what I mean? But it's definitely dope. You know.
Yeah, and I'm a person too that likes to incorporate different applications in the process. Especially if you're on your phone, I would say Audiobus is probably just the way to go, just because you're able to access. And I like to use effects, hence the name. So like,
hey, I got to jump in a little while, but look, I have two questions about it. So I got AUM today, but I'm still, since you give me all the good stuff, tell me these last two. Can you save templates on it? Is the first question.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then the second one, how good is plugin quality? So I saw I had like a limiter and like filters and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an expert in that facility, but I do have all their extra plugins. As far as I went ahead and bought them. In my opinion, like it's probably there's some minor features that I would like to see on there, like cross fading and whatnot. But like if you're coming from the Ableton workflow and you're used to like using sends and effects and whatnot, I mean, AUM is dope. And once you figure out how to use AUV3 and some other extra applications, the only drawback I would say with both Audiobus and AUM is that they don't have their own sequencer. So you will need an outside sequencing or recorder to have everything make sense if you want to share it with somebody else. But I like both Audiobus and AUM. And in tandem,
wait, you my bad. You said keyword. So a lot of those you have to buy.
Yeah, man, thank you.
Yeah, because I didn't realize that either. Like when I saw they were internal effects and all of that shit, I thought they just came with it.
Oh yeah.
So you have it's like, what do you say their prices are? Like, are they like a couple dollars each one? Do they offer a bundle? Do you know?
I think they're pretty reasonable. It's been a minute since I bought all the different.
I'm gonna go in there and try to
look at that.
Yeah, they're not.
That's an
expensive.
AUM, right?
Yeah, they're not expensive at all. And then you can save presets. You can save channel presets. So, I mean, I like them both actually. And for a long time, I was just like strictly AUM because I was like loving the workflow of AUM, especially with the MPC. But I went back to Audiobus, and Audiobus offers some excellent features too, especially with the preset saves. If your phone crashes and then you lose your workflow, it'll bring up everything, and then also like. Depending on where you had your application, it'll also set the application back to that state. So I like them both, you know.
Yeah, I did like what you touched on too, that I took note of too, when you said Audiobus is probably a little bit easier on your phone versus AUM being a little as far as your iPad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would say AUM is great for the if you have a little bit more screen real estate to play with. But if you're on your phone, like Cheez said, you're able to stack the effects more easily, and you can see everything on that one window if you wanted to play with the wet and dry. The wet dries, I don't know if for the audience out there, it pretty much decides how much of the effect that you want to apply to your sound or whatever. So
that's cool. That's what's up.
I must have bought. Do you guys still hear me? Because I'm in the okay, and it's picking up my mic. So I must have bought them because I have them all here, but I don't recall doing that.
Oh yeah, you have to buy. I think you have to buy. You can get some of them for free, but then there's like a few of them that you have to pay a little extra if you want to get them. And they almost look like another application if you're trying to buy.
I see it right now. AU Effects 4 bundle. Yeah, so it's AU Effects 4 bundle, right? And it's AU Effects Dub, the Space, Push, and Peak EQ.
Yeah.
So they're $4.99 each, but the bundle is $13.99.
Oh yeah, that's a good deal right there.
Oh well, that's all right. Yeah.
So basically, you're looking at what you just paid? Yeah, I was just gonna say
$35
for the whole app complete.
Yeah.
How much did it cost you?
So it's $18 for the AUM. I got that like right when we first started. I'm not gonna buy this effects pack just yet.
Yeah, I got AUM probably. I think it was 15. I don't know. It's been a while since I got it, but it wasn't that expensive. It might have been actually, but I was trying to consider like, okay, the advantages of using it, but then I want to offload the rating as well. So if you have a background with, well, I know Dragonfly, you have a background with Ableton already, and you use hardware units. I mean, it's great for that in that aspect. They're both great. They're equally great to use. So
yeah, and that's
I think AUM is gonna be good for me. Yeah,
they
these are the same effects that are in audio shit.
Yeah, like, that's the same developer.
Same company, Kymatics, right?
Yeah, he developed that app, and you can. And if you also, I forgot to mention that you can actually bring files directly out of AudioShare into AUM because there's a file player inside of AUM too. So while you can record audio, and I know you like to do that, Cheez. You can record audio. So if you like to record audio or audio stems, you can also use AUM in tandem with AudioShare.
That's dope. I ain't gonna lie. It's probably not one I'll be picking up, but
oh yeah, I mean,
not only because like for me, like I really gotta just fall back.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because he has a synth in there too. What is this? Sector?
Yeah, I saw the synth. It's like $2.
What is the sample slicer? Yeah, I never saw this.
Oh, do you have the other app? Okay, that's another application that has a sampler.
And the oscillator.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's something though. The inserts and effects, it has stereo processing, filter and EQ, dynamics, and the bus sounds. That's built in. So the limiter is built in.
Okay. I know there's some. Yeah, there's some that you have to buy extra, and then there's some that come included.
Yeah.
That's hot.
I'm gonna pull up some pictures in a second. And what is this? Is this by him too? BitWiz Audio Synth? That looks crazy. Oh, I seen somebody on Instagram playing with this, and I was like, what the hell is that? I'm gonna pull up pictures of this too.
All right.
Yo, the dude, Kymatics, he has this one app called Oscillator, and literally that's literally what it is. It's just
I'm looking at that.
It's just a wave. It's just a wave generator. Like it generates sine, triangle, all the waves. So what I do with that, like I take that. Well, I used to. I can't do much anymore. But like I'll take that. I'll record like one of the waves in there and just make single cycle oscillators for the samplers.
Oh yeah, I got
this one on the screen. The
oscillated. Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Like it's just a real good. Like it's something good to have. You know what I mean? Like It's not like you want to turn it on and like everybody gonna be, oh, you got oscillator, and you because it's just straight going. Yeah. But like if you know what to do with it, like you can go crazy with it. What's this on the screen?
This ain't the oscillator?
That's the sector, right? That's the sample.
This is the sector. Yeah, the sample slicer, it says, which I've never.
Oscillators in there though.
That's this.
I got that one, and it's good for like if you like electronic music to create some random generated slices. So it's almost like sampler, but not. I would say it's a little bit more. You have to understand. Well, it's more of a randomizer, I would say.
So it's more towards electronic or EDM or cater towards that. Yeah.
Now check out this. This is the bit whiz I was saying. Let me start at the beginning.
Oh hell no!
Yeah, it's crazy. 8-bit magic.
I think I got that too. Yeah, but I don't know how to use it.
C code.
You program C? You can program in C++?
No, I don't even know how to use it, actually. I just
Look, so I went to that page, right, and I looked at it, and I was like, okay, that's an easy no. Let me just go back and see what I'm
Yeah, there's this one kid on Instagram that uses this heavy, and he's always posting some crazy shit with this, and I'm like, wow.
So have you seen Pure Data? Pure Data is kind of like that, too. So Pure Data, I think you can get that for free on some Linux distros. And I think you can do it free on PC, but it's like all code. You can do some crazy stuff, but it's like a whole nother world. Like you're not like
that code ain't no joke.
You know, I seen there's a synth that keeps popping up on my timeline. Not even a synth. It's a what is it? Chiptune player or something like that. And I looked at it for a second. I'm like, oh, you know, because I'm like, yo, any type of sound source I'm with, and it's basically saying it's got like the sounds of like the old video game systems. Yeah,
the SID chip.
Like the interface, man, forget about it. You gotta basically program. You gotta go and I think you gotta go and program every single note in like C4 for a 16th note.
You seen trackers?
Nah.
Yeah,
that's the same type of thing. Yeah,
I bet you they have a tracker on iOS too. Yeah, so like a lot of kids, that's like they love those things. Like that's how they do it. Everything. It's like a coder's way of doing music.
Yeah.
I use MIDI.
Yeah, no, me too. No, I like to play it.
Cause that like, I mean, even like for me, even like if I'm programming in MIDI and stuff like that, it still seems way easier than like the like whatever it was that was with that chiptune app. I'm gonna see if I can find it and tell you what the name of it. Cause it's definitely on the phone and probably the iPad too. Yeah, here it is. It's called DefleMask. Chiptune tracker, exactly what you said. Chiptune tracker, DEFLE mask. And like I'm telling you, like when I saw this thing, like I was like initially I was like very excited.
I'm looking at it right now.
Cause you see they got the Genesis, they got the
I'm gonna pull it up.
NES, the SID chip you was talking about. But I don't know, like I'm shook to pull the trigger on it simply because like I'm like, yo, if I can't use MIDI, if I can't plug my keyboard into it, then
that'd be my go-to too. If I can't use my keyboard, yeah.
So they probably have a bunch of presets.
It says you can connect your MIDI devices.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I haven't heard of that.
This is on the screen, right, Cheese?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, it's like a whole genre, man. You know, it's like a whole genre of music right there.
Yeah, I like chiptune, but I don't know. That might be a little bit too much work to do.
I can't. Something. Yeah, that's too much for me, man.
This one looks scary. Like people.
This full tracker.
Yeah. People be telling me like the Core Gadget sequence that looks horrible. I'm like, look at this.
Yeah, imagine, man.
Yeah.
Look at this, bro. Look at this.
But then, so look at the reviews. It's like love or hate. You know, like either you started that way and that's the way you love it, or everybody else, those ones at the bottom.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
It's like Fruity Loops, the same thing. Like Fruity Loops was designed by like a video game designer. So like if you started out on Fruity, then you go to like Ableton, people are like, why did they put this here? Or why does this have like a ramp up here? And it's like, oh, this came from a musical background, but you start from like a video game background. So it's like a whole different process.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, Fruity Loops, I'm not even gonna lie, like Fruity Loops, like I've watched like tons of videos of people using FL like on the on a desktop or whatever. Fruity Loops is actually pretty like it just makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of things they have in it like just makes sense. And even the one on the on iOS, like they have like different things that you can do, like if you want to do like tape stops and stuff like that, you could just draw that in. You know what I mean? Like right on the audio track. And it kind of amazes me that a lot of other developers haven't. They say like, hey, you know what? I'm going to do that too. Like, because you know what I mean? Because like, because
still chasing right now.
Yeah, I was messing with FL on iOS, and and when I was like, damn, I want a tape stop right here, and I looked in and I saw that the automation on the track itself was like for the pitch. I'm like, yo, they got pitch automation on audio tracks. Like that's something like that most apps don't have. I just thought it was dope. You know what I mean?
Like ADSR per note and stuff, all types of weird stuff, man. So let me tell you. So I know MindAlteringFx. Like you seen the MPC Live too, right?
Yeah.
To me, I thought the MPC Live should be the FL Studio killer, like the standalone, FL Studio killer. And I think it still can, right? So by hardware and the processing power, I'm sure they have all the stuff they need to like actually make it happen. But if you see FL and you look at the FL like tutorial videos and stuff like that, it's still a whole lot of stuff that's like really like a snap on FL, but then in MPC you have to like zoom it in and start like chopping little pieces. So on FL, if you want to take like a long note and change it into 10 notes or 12 or 8 or 4, you're just like, hey, I want it to be 4 notes, and it just chops. And it's the same slice and everything, But on the MPC, even step editing, I mean, like you can play it in with the note repeat, but like some stuff is still like so old school.
Oh yeah.
I my boy let me hold his MPC Live like for the last like 2 weeks and stuff like that. And like I ain't gonna lie, I was having a ball with that thing. That thing is wonderful. It's like who told them to make a damn beat machine with Wi-Fi? Oh my god!
For splice, it's really just for splice. It's like that's a money grab right there, man.
Yeah.
Really, but
Yo, as soon as it had that Wi-Fi, I was like, oh. And it got Ableton, like, oh, we in there. You know what I mean? And I had the audio going through. It's like I had mad fun with it, but I don't know if it converted me just yet though.
Did you have a Spice account too with it?
No, I don't have a Spice account. Why? You could go on Splice from the MPC.
You download the sounds and preview them right in there. Like you can turn a knob and preview all the sounds and click the button and just download it right to your MPC.
Wait, so you telling me not only does this MPC have Wi-Fi, but it also has a browser?
Oh yeah,
that's what the Wi-Fi is for.
not a browser, but it allows
like
you
to sample library.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I thought a browser like a web browser.
No.
Oh, I was about to say like that's crazy. Yeah.
But it's like DragonFlyBry was saying, like I agree with the standalone joint. It's good for like live. If you're used to being more hands-on with stuff, but then when you get down to actually trying to automate and, different parameters, it's like almost impossible. I don't even like I really rarely use anything, I guess to go back. I rarely use it to totally sequence a whole entire beat. It's more easier just to, now that they got the Ableton export option to export it out to Ableton. And that's why a lot of companies are doing that, because I know a lot of people are starting to gravitate towards Ableton's workflow, just because once you understand the Ableton workflow and it's very user friendly. Well, it takes a minute to get to learn the workflow, I guess. If you haven't, because I know I had FL Studio at one time, and FL Studio is dope. I had I think 6 or 7, and then I went up to I started using Logic. And I was using Logic for a long time. And then,
that new shit is that shit is crazy. Like I was looking at my boy fucking
new
with
Logic.
Nah, the new FL Studio.
20.
Up to like 20. Yeah. It might be 20.1 or some crazy shit. I don't even know, but it looks crazy. Like, and I'm not a Fruity Loop person. Like, but that shit looks crazy.
ImageLine will come after you if you're using crack copy online.
They sure will.
What's this dude, Curtis King?
Oh
they wrote him a nice
I
little letter.
That.
It was like, bruh, you ain't registered.
Yeah, well, you know, he got a lot of views. You know what I mean? So for you to be putting that shit out there, like, yeah, these developers pay attention. They have to look at the people that are promoting their shit with the heavy views. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
a lot of times they hit them up to work with them. You know what I mean? Throw them a little something. So yeah, you know, that was bound to happen. You got to be careful what you put out.
Because they was going to flag his tutorials, like everything he had. You know what I mean?
If I'm not mistaken, they did. They flagged that one that you saw the name and that wasn't his in there.
Oh, I ain't.
Because it shows you when it loads up. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody was sharing the same cracked copy.
Yeah, that's like, do you guys remember back in the days, like on the computer? I know you guys probably remember, like everyone had MsLeD under Peter Bastard or whatever his name is. Like,
oh shit,
had that shit. In fact, I saw a meme once, and it said, "Everybody knows this name," and they had a picture of the MsLeD and his name under it.
That's hilarious.
You know what? You want to laugh? My PC still has that shit. Like, I see cracked version of his. Yeah, because I love MsLeD. I still go back to master some shit on there. Like, it's just for years I worked on it, so I have that workflow where it's 1, 2, 3. I know how to get the vocals, you know, the way I need them on there. So when I got my new laptop, the first thing I did was punch in, "Can I get MsLeD? Is it still around?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like me and Reason. Like I like anytime I'm recording like vocals or whatever, and I have to record, like I just go to the computer because I got like tons of templates set up for like particular people's voices and stuff like that. So I was just like, I'm just going to stick with it at Reason. And plus, like, I got so many like plugins on my computer, like that I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to use this. I'm gonna use that. Like I had a homeboy, you know, he gifted, I'll say, some. He gifted me like a Waves bundle. And oh my God! Like when I opened up Reason, like this after they put the VST ops in there, and I opened that joint up and I see how many effects I had on there. I was like, oh Lord. But like, I mean, after you have like a ton of effects, you just start to realize, like, you're like, yo, like I'm just gonna use the stock plugins because some of these actually just work well. You know what I mean? Like, that's dope though.
I thought about picking up Reason. Oh, my bad.
No,
go ahead. Yeah, I thought about picking up Reason, but it just seems very daunting as far as like, and then, you know, I don't feel like paying full price for a whole new DAW and stuff.
Yeah, you know, I'll be honest with you. Like if you have a DAW and it works, like, and this is me after me having 2 years with like probably 10 DAWs on my iPad. Like, if you got one and it works, just stick with it. And like, to me, the biggest thing is like switching the colors. Like, if like that's the only thing I would like for like a lot of these developers to do. It's like, yo, just let me switch the colors. Like like Zen Beats, they got mad different color options and stuff in there like that. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty cool because like Reason and lets you do that too. They have like this dark. You have a dark mode type of thing, or like gray. You got the blue. Like Cubasis does it too. You can make it dark or you can make it light. That's it. Because sometimes I just want to look at a different color. You know what I mean? That's it.
So at nighttime, dark mode's good. You know, Ableton Live I think might have started that, man. If not Ableton Live, maybe like New Window or something back then. Like Ableton Live was the king of that. So you see like a bunch of memes and it says you start your beat like this, and it's like the daytime mode, and then it shows at night. It's like a whole bunch of edits on it, and it's like black.
That is crazy. Now I actually understand that because I remember seeing that meme a million times. And I just be like, all right, this is just going over my head. Like,
you start out in the daytime, and then like by the end of the night, you have all those little edits, and you've seen that same meme again.
Yeah,
like every track has like drawn on edits, like some zigzag one, some have like a bunch of mutes in and out.
Yeah,
you know, a bunch of points of volume ramps, and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ableton is definitely pretty deep, man. And so I do it Bitwig too, but I mean I use Bitwig personally, but it's pretty much like Ableton. Man, like I started mixing records in there too, and like I'm like finishing the whole records in there now, man. It's like going to Ableton export is like definitely the best logical thing.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying like Ableton's. Well, I know I saw a couple posts where people were saying Ableton's losing, but Ableton has all that everything licensed pretty much, like Ableton Link and then Ableton Export and all that. You know,
man. Ableton is not losing. It is everywhere.
They're going nowhere.
It is not losing. People love that app. You know what I mean? They love it. Like I have a homeboy who he put me on the Ableton. You know what I'm saying? He's the same homeboy that gifted me those plugins. Yeah, he also, helped me acquire a copy of Ableton 9, I think it was.
Yeah.
And when I had it, and it was, I'm telling you, I loved Ableton like for the, I think probably like 3-4 months I used it, but like it just didn't love me back. So it is.
It is kind of hard to figure out how to use, and then it's not very effective if you don't have an external MIDI device to kind of mix your tracks in. But once you have the external MIDI device like a Push 2 or even like
that's what I had, bro.
APC. You're off to the races.
I had to Push 2. I was in love. That screen, all them knobs, and but the thing, honestly, the thing that threw me off with the Push 2, the only thing was them tiny little pads, man. I could not drum. I couldn't do nothing with because my hands aren't the biggest, but like.
I don't like that controller either. Yeah.
Like
just give me 16 pads and I'm good.
That's what I need.
Hold on, wait. I got one for you.
Even in Beatmaker 3, I never switch off to the other. I just give me the 16 pads and I'm good. I'm not going to
What bride would you get?
I think he wants to go get the. I got the
finger breaker
right now. Yeah,
finger breaker action.
Yeah, man. Listen, speaking of finger breakers, this joint will break your fingers, man. It's so hard.
Yeah.
MPCs all day, man.
I be like this. I be like, 4 letters. Thank you. Oh yeah.
You get an MPC of a drumstick, man. Like it's meant to be beaten. You can tell that as soon as you start playing them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, these pads, they gotta get broken in. I'm probably going. Oh, it's starting to be sunny out here. Okay, cool.